Want to speak real Italian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ItalianPod101.com.
Hi guys, I'm Desiree, and today we're gonna check together the 10 questions that you should know. Come stai? How are you? In a basic conversation, this would be maybe the first question that people ask you. For example, Ciao, come stai? Ciao, bene tu? Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. You? Cosa hai detto? What did you say? This is a useful question. You can also add, can you repeat, please? Puoi ripetere, per favore? If you say this in a bad way, like, che cosa hai detto? What did you say? Che cosa hai detto su di me? What did you say about me? It can also be a starting point for a discussion, for an argument. Just go with the plain tone. Cosa hai detto? Puoi ripetere? That's why I advise you to add puoi ripetere per favore? Can you repeat, please? Di dove sei? Where are you from? I'm from Italy. Sono italiana. This is a question that usually refers to your country, to your nationality. Dov'è il bagno? Where's the bathroom? You can use this question with everything you need to know the place of. For example, dov'è la cucina? Where is the kitchen? Dov'è l'ufficio? Where's the office? Dov'è la scuola? Where's the school? Just put the place that you need to know about after dove è. You can also put a street name. Dove è Via della Francia, for example. Dove abiti? Where do you live? This is more specific than di dove sei. For example, when you already know where the person you're talking to comes from, you can add dove abiti? For example, I live in Turin. Io abito a Torino. By the way, if you don't know it, it's a city in the north of Italy, like here. Dove abiti can also refer to what kind of house do you have? Like, are you living in an apartment, or a mansion, or a house? Yeah, you can ask this question with dove abiti. Dove lavori? Where do you work? It's another easy question that people would ask you when you're talking about yourself. And you can answer, io lavoro all'aeroporto. I work at the airport, for example. Or I work at the supermarket. Lavoro al supermercato. Che lavoro fai? What kind of work do you do? What is your job? Another question that would come together with dove lavori can be che lavoro fai? What job do you do? What's your job? Qual è il tuo lavoro? Quanti anni hai? How old are you? As I said in another video, in Italian you don't answer I am 20, sono 20 anni, but you say I have 20 years old. Io ho 20 anni. Dove hai imparato l'italiano? Where did you learn Italian? Ho imparato l'italiano a scuola. I learned Italian at school. I learned Italian by myself. Ho imparato l'italiano da solo. Another question that would come together with dove hai imparato l'italiano, or another way of asking this would be come hai imparato l'italiano? How did you learn Italian? And you can answer, for example, I learned Italian listening to songs. Ho imparato l'italiano ascoltando canzoni. If you manage, that's great, for real. Bravo. Ti piace la cucina italiana? Do you like Italian food? For example, lasagne, pizza, gelato. I can go on forever, but I will stop here and tell you that another question that will come for sure is qual è il tuo piatto italiano preferito? What is your favorite Italian dish?
Today we learn some of the most common greetings used in Italy. Pronti? Are you ready? Allora, cominciamo! Let's start! The most used informal greeting is Ciao. Ciao. Ciao means hi, hello, and goodbye. That's why we use it when we meet, but also when we leave. We should only use this greeting with relatives or friends. And now, let's talk about some more formal greetings. The one you're used to hear in Italy and at ItalianPod101.com is buongiorno. Buongiorno. Literally, buongiorno means good day. However, we could also interpret it as good morning or good afternoon. As a rule of thumb, we can use buongiorno only during the daytime from morning until evening. During the evening, we say buonasera. Buonasera. So, since sera obviously means evening, buonasera stands for good evening. Buongiorno and buonasera are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we don't say them again. In this formal situation, Italians use arrivederci. Arrivederci. Arrivederci means goodbye. Finally, in Italian, we use the expression meaning see you soon, that can be considered both formal and informal. That is, a presto. A presto. Now, you can greet people in many different ways in Italian. Ciao. Ciao. Buongiorno. Buonasera. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. A presto. A presto. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Consuelo's tips. In formal situations, Italians commonly greet one another by shaking hands. On the other hand, if we meet someone we are very friendly with, we kiss each other on the cheek. Don't be afraid to do it with your Italian friends. It's normal. Ciao!
Ciao!
The top 25 Italian phrases that means useful words in Italian. Ciao. Hello. Ciao is the first word and it's a really useful word because you can use that to your friends to say ciao, ciao, but not to people that you don't really know. Buongiorno. Good morning. Buongiorno, that means good morning, and you can use it with friends or even with people that you don't know. So, buongiorno, buongiorno. And people can even answer to you back, ciao, that it's okay, but use buongiorno with everyone and you will be safe. Buonanotte, good night. Buonanotte, so good night. You can use it, of course, in the night, but it's a word that we don't really use to people that we don't know. So it's like ciao. If people say to you ciao to say bye, you can answer buonanotte, but just if you know that they're really going to bed. Otherwise, it's good evening. So buonasera. Sono Desiree. I'm Desiree. Sono, that means I am. You can use it with your nationality, so I am Italian, sono italiana, or with your name. I am Desiree, sono Desiree. Mi chiamo Desiree. My name is Desiree. Mi chiamo Desiree means my name is Desiree, and you can use that to introduce yourself to people that you may know, that you don't know. It's okay, because it's formal and informal at the same time. It's okay. Mi chiamo Desiree. Come ti chiami? What's your name? Come ti chiami? So, what's your name? Mi chiamo Desiree. Tu come ti chiami? Piacere di conoscerti. Nice to meet you. You will always use piacere di conoscerti. Come stai? How are you? Come stai? That means how are you? But it's something that you use with your friends, not really with people that you don't know, because in that case it would be something like come sta? Bene, grazie. E tu? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Bene, grazie. E tu? That means fine, thanks. And you? Per favore. Please. Then we have a really useful word that is per favore, that means please. So you can put it at the end of any phrase and it will give you a nice way of asking. Even if you don't know how to say may or can, just add per favore and it will help you. Grazie. Thank you. And to say thank you, you will say grazie. Grazie. Prego. You're welcome. And to answer you're welcome, you have prego. So if you ask something and add per favore at the end, and then the people will do something, you can say grazie, and the other one will answer prego. Sì. Yes. Sì, that means yes. Of course, it's really useful because vuoi mangiare qualcosa? Would you like something to eat? Sì. Yes. No. No. And if you manage to say no, because it's hard to say no to an Italian offering you some food, then you can say no. that it's the same Italian and English? No. Va bene. Okay. Then we have va bene, that means okay. So again, when people ask you, do you want this? You can say va bene, so it's okay. Scusi, excuse me. Scusi, that means excuse me, but to people that you don't really know, so would be like, excuse me, do you know where the station is? Scusa, sai dov'è la stazione? Scusa, I'm sorry. If you know the people you're talking to, you should use scusa, that means I'm sorry. Che ora è? What time is it? Che ora è? That means what time is it? You can use it in a formal or informal way, it's the same, so you can say scusa, che ora è? Or scusi, che ora è? It's the same. Dove è la stazione? Where is the station? When you want to know where some place is, so where is location, you will say dove è la stazione, that is, for example, the station. Posso usare il bagno? May I use the restroom? When you need to ask permission for something, you will use the word posso, that means can I? So in this case, posso usare il bagno? Can I use the toilet? And I would add please, so per favore. And the answer would be yes, sure. Sì, prego. Grazie. Vorrei qualcosa da mangiare. I would like something to eat. When you need something, you can use the word vorrei, that means I would like to. So vorrei mangiare, I would like to eat. Vorrei bere, I would like to drink. Vorrei dormire, I would like to sleep. We can go on forever, but still, vorrei, and then add the verb that you need. Posso avere il conto? Can I get the check? When you finish to eat and you want to check, you can say posso avere il conto? That means can I have the check? And if you want to be more polite, you can say posso avere il conto per favore? That means can I have the check, please? A presto. See you soon. When you say bye to your friends and you don't really know when you're gonna meet them again, you will say a presto. That means see you soon. A dopo. See you later. If you know that you're gonna meet them later on, you can say a dopo. That means see you later. Dove posso mangiare la pizza? That means where can I eat a pizza? If you really want to know where you can eat a good pizza, you can add buon, that means good. So it will be dove posso mangiare una buona pizza? Of course, you cannot use pizza, but another type of food that you really want to eat, and that would be maybe lasagna or maybe gelato. So you can say dove posso mangiare un buon gelato? Or dove posso mangiare una buona lasagna?
Want to get cheat sheets, audiobooks, lessons, apps, and much more every month for free? Just click the link in the description to get your free language gifts of the month.
As good manners are always a must, this time we are going to learn how to thank people. So, siete pronti? Are you ready? Cominciamo! Let's start! There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Grazie. Grazie. Grazie means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add tante or mille, like grazie tante or grazie mille. Grazie tante or grazie mille. Tante means a lot, and mille means 1,000. Thank you 1,000 times. During the last lesson, we mentioned both the formal and informal way of speaking Italian. If you want to be more formal when thanking someone, you should say la ringrazio. La ringrazio. That was the formal way to say thank you when referring to lei, the Italian courtesy form for you. Ringraziare is the infinitive form of the verb to give thanks, to be grateful. How to answer? It's easy. There are basically two different ways to do it. The first is prego. Prego means you're welcome. The other way to say you're welcome is the expression non c'è di che. Non c'è di che means there's nothing about it. So, when someone is saying grazie to you, we can simply reply with prego or non c'è di che. Sometimes we can say them both, like prego, non c'è di che. For example, if someone is giving you something, grazie mille.
Prego.
Now it's time for Consuelo's tips. Remember, when in doubt, when it is more appropriate to use grazie or la ringrazio, keep it simple is always your safest bet. If you're not sure whether to use the formal or casual version, you can always simply say grazie. So, grazie mille a tutti. Thank you very much, everybody.
10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Woohoo! Grazie, ma in realtà io non sono un madrelingua. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker, actually. So it probably means that someone complimented you on your Italian. Like, wow, il tuo italiano è perfetto. Wow, your Italian is perfect. Yeah, thank you, but I'm not a native speaker. Sì, grazie, ma non sono un madrelingua. If people tell you something and you answer in this way, means you have a high level, like high proficiency level of Italian. Good job. Ho capito completamente tutto quello che hai detto. I completely understood everything you said. Actually, maybe it's better to say ho capito tutto quello che hai detto. I understood everything you say. Because if you add completamente, completely, it's kind of too much. So, yeah, ho capito tutto quello che hai detto. They would be amazed. Like, wow, you're great. But then people will expect that you know everything, like really everything, and maybe use also different words. I would stay with the stay humble, like, yeah, I got the sense of that. Sì, ho capito il senso di quello che hai detto. So you can always surprise people and not make them expect that you know everything. But that's my personal tip. Ho studiato italiano per 10 anni. I've been learning Italian for 10 years. Well, that's amazing when I think that you did that for so long. 10 years is really long, but it's not really something to be proud of if you're still not able to talk a lot. So yeah, be careful with this phrase because you can amaze people because they would like admire you for how much efforts you put in your study. But yeah, if you have a high level or you feel confident in Italian or whatever language you're learning, you can say, hey, ho studiato l'italiano or some other languages per 10 anni. And that's amazing. But yeah, just be careful. Not to make the other person expect that you know everything. And then you don't. That it's completely understandable. But yeah, people would be amazed because you had such a long patience, basically. You were patient and studied so long. If you haven't been learning Italian for 10 years, but less, you just say the number and then add anni, like 2 anni, 3 anni, 4 anni. One would be anno and not anni. Or probably something that would amaze even more, it's when you say ho studiato l'italiano per neanche un anno. I've been learning Italian for not even a year and you know how to speak that, that's amazing. And yeah, people will be amazed. L'italiano è divertente e facile da imparare. Italian is fun and easy to learn. I can believe that it's fun for people to learn that, but I wouldn't say that it's easy. So if you tell a native speaker that you find it easy, I will be impressed because we have so many verbs, so many irregular verbs, and we have articles like feminine and masculine. I understand that it's really hard to understand. Like who established what's feminine and what's masculine? But that's a secret. So yeah, if you find Italian fun and easy, quindi se trovi l'italiano divertente e facile, you amazed me. Mi ci è voluto solo un anno per diventare fluente. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. That's amazing, for real. As I was saying before, I know Italian is not easy, but you know that actually, I didn't know that, I just learned that, like I was reading an article and it says that Italian is the 4th most learned language in the world. So we have English, Spanish, Chinese, and then Italian. I was really surprised about that. I don't know why so many people learn Italian, but if you find that fun and easy, you're welcome. Oltre a conoscere l'italiano, so parlare anche alcune altre lingue. Apart from knowing Italian, I can speak a few other languages. Yeah, that's great. But it always depends on, like, if you can say, hey, how are you in 20 languages, that it's amazing. But like to amaze people, you need to have a high level. So in my opinion, at least in my case, I would say that studying 2 languages at a time, it's already enough. Parlerò italiano come un madrelingua in 3 anni. I will speak Italian like a native speaker in 3 years. But if you're not that confident, maybe don't say that, because people will expect you to do that. Maybe people will be like skeptical and be like, "Oh, really? And how are you gonna do that? Tell me, you master, Italian master." If you really know that you can do that, like maybe you are going to study abroad in Italy, staying there, spending there 2 years, also maybe one if you studied a lot before, I'm sure you will be fluent. So you can say that, but don't use it too much. Don't be overwhelming. If you want to say something not so strong, maybe you can say vorrei parlare italiano come un madrelingua in 3 anni. I would like to speak Italian like a native speaker in 3 years. And that's more acceptable. People will like it more. So I suggest you vorrei instead of I will, instead of parlerò. Parlerò is I will speak. Vorrei, I would like to. So yeah, anyway, keep it up. Posso guardare film italiani senza sottotitoli. I can watch Italian movies without subtitles. That's amazing for real. How many times did I say amazing in this video? Anyway, well, actually, maybe it can be helpful to do that because you pay more attention on what they do and you're not like, oh, it's okay, anyway, I can read the subtitle. No, you need to focus on what they say. And especially for Italian movies, Italian movies made by Italian actors. Maybe that's also a good way to learn Italian because they use a lot of gestures and you can learn like how to say, I'm hungry. You do these on your stomach and it means I'm hungry, yeah. Or these, can we go? Yeah, so if you watch Italian movies, it's a good way to learn fun things actually and to learn Italian idiomatic expressions maybe. So yeah, that's a good phrase to amaze people, but also a good thing to do to learn actually Italian. Posso memorizzare circa 50 nuove parole italiane al giorno. I can memorize around 50 new Italian words a day. That's a lot, like 50. Whoa. No, I would never be able to. But if you can, do that. And yeah, tell that to people, but that means that like in 1 week, you will have 350 new words. Yeah, if you don't manage to memorize so many words in a day, maybe you can change the number and say, for example, posso memorizzare circa 10 nuove parole italiane al giorno. I can memorize around 10 new Italian words a day. And that's cool too. I mean, as long as you can keep it every day, it's great. I would say it's not about how many words you learn, but how many times you do that. Like if you really manage to do that every day, you're basically done. You will manage to be fluent in no time. Keep it down, and then if you can make more, that's even great. Better, but still be humble if you manage to. Sto imparando l'italiano tutto da solo. I'm learning Italian all by myself. Wow. Again, wow. How do you learn a language by yourself? If you're not attending lessons, you can watch videos online, like you are doing now, or read books, grammar books, but also normal books. And watch movies, listen to songs, try to speak it with person, like real people, maybe native speaker would be better, that will correct you, or even if they will not, because they're not teachers, but just people you want to talk to, like friends, at least you can see if they really understand what you want to say. And that's a good way to check the improvement you have done.
The top 10 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant is actually a very important topic, especially if you get to Italy for your holiday or for business travel, wherever it is really, you know. So let's start. Cameriere. Waiter. Cameriere. Waiter Non riesco a vedere il cameriere. Dov'è? I can't see the waiter. Where is he? Or you can also say dove è il cameriere? Where is the waiter? Cameriera. Waitress. Cameriera. Waitress. Quella cameriera è molto gentile. That waitress is very nice. Waiter is male and waitress is female. So, waiter is cameriere and waitress is cameriera. Menù. Menu. Menù. Menu. Posso avere il menù, per favore? Can I have the menu, please? So basically, it just changed the accent because in English you say menu and in Italian you say menù. It's like a bit of a French word. Ordine. Order. Ordine. Order. I signori sono pronti per l'ordine? Are you ready to order, gentlemen? So this is a typical phrase that waiter or waitress can ask you when you are in Italy. Are you ready for a order? Are you ready to order? Sorry. Or they can also say, if you are like a lot of people, the waitress or the waiter can also say, siete pronti per l'ordine? That means like, are you ready to order? Without the gentleman, like, you know, they usually say, siete pronti per ordinare? Are you ready to order? Acqua. Water. Acqua. Water. Vorrei una bottiglia di acqua frizzante. I'd like a bottle of sparkling water. So, acqua frizzante is sparkling water. Acqua naturale is mineral water. Dolce. Dessert. Dolce. Dessert. Non voglio esagerare mangiando anche il dolce. I don't want to overdo it by having a dessert too. You can also use dessert in Italian as well. Let's say if you would like to know which kind of desserts they have in a restaurant, you can say quali dolci avete? Which kind of desserts you have? Cuoco. Chef. Cuoco. Chef. Il cuoco oggi si è superato. The chef outdid it himself today. Which means that he make like a spectacular dinner or lunch, or, you know, he did prepare an amazing food, you know. And you can also use the word chef in Italian as well. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. In Italia si preferisce lo slow food al fast food. In Italy, we prefer, I can say, slow food to fast food. And that's actually very true. Or you can also say, le persone in Italia non amano il fast food. Like, people in Italy don't love fast food, you know. Ristorante. Restaurant. Ristorante. Restaurant. Questo ristorante ha ricevuto molte stelle. This restaurant has been given many stars. So that means that if you go to eat something in that restaurant, you should like eat a proper food, like a very high quality food. Delizioso. Delicious. Delizioso. Delicious. Le lasagne alla bolognese erano deliziose. The lasagna alla bolognese was delicious.